we as human beings do a better job. Like if your parents gave you lunch money for a month, you would have blown through it in 2 weeks. But if you get it every single week, you do a
Right.
much better job of actually planning for that week. So I think they're both good options. It's just which one's right for you.
Yeah, and what really led us down to this was the tool Rocket Money and being able to automate our finances, right? And there's a number of tools out there. That one happens to work for us. I know there's Monarch Money and a number of other ones, but it's really revealing to be able to see, hey, how many different subscriptions do we actually have?
Yeah.
What comes out every single month? My wife is so good at making sure she doesn't pay $1 more than she needs to, whereas I'm the type of guy that's like, oh, there's gonna be a trial. We can go ahead and cancel it. I never do. And she's like, "What is this charge?" And I was like, "Well, I wanted to use a filter on that picture from our vacation." She's like, "That was 5 months ago." you know,
That's how they get you every time.
they
Yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah. I think next up would be automating debt payments.
Yeah.
So, just automating that mortgage payment. If you can automate rent, I don't know if you can, that's great.
hmm
But just really keep it all working.
Yeah. I mean, same thing applies too. Whether it's credit cards or any other debt that you have. The nice thing, with those is that you can be able to just automate the minimum payment, right? And so we never miss a payment. So there's that. But then once that's taken care of, you can go in and add additional and above and beyond. We can, talk about the debt snowball and being able to pay it down. But at least having something systematically keeps us out of trouble.
Yeah, that's really smart to at least automate the minimum so that you don't
hmm
accidentally miss one. Because if you are trying to manage that on a regular recurring basis, you if you ever found yourself in a cash crunch, you obviously wouldn't want to have a full balance getting paid off if you weren't able to do that automatically.
Right,
Um,
right.
so that certainly makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What else can you think of that we can automate? I think we hit the big ones on investments, debt, our monthly income, those types of things. Those are the big ones that I really feel like move the needle.
Those are the big ones. Another one that I think is for a lot of our clients who have stock compensation,
Okay.
automating, or in this instance, oftentimes they can't automate it with restricted stock units. But when those shares vest, having it set up with reminders, and this is something that we actually now do with our clients, we will go in and make those sales for them.
Mm,
Go in and sell those shares immediately to go put that money to work in other parts of their life, right? So it's an instant where we're going to go sell the shares. They've already paid the taxes on the funds coming in, at least a
mhm.
portion of it. Sometimes they're underfunded because with restricted stock units, they're typically withhold 22% federal income tax, and a lot of our clients are in higher tax brackets. So we kind of need to take those net proceeds, take a little bit of that money, and set it off to the side for taxes. But then we know ahead of time, where are we going to go put the rest of that money for them? What's the
Right.
plan? And we make sure and we go put it to work in those instances, which is really helpful as well. Because that's a place where what we're kind of getting at here with automation at the end of the day, if you look at it with the bigger lens, is really asking yourself what matters most to us financially. And then the moment cash is available for us, where are we going to put it and why? Whether we're spending it, whether we're saving it, whether we're paying down debt, whether we're, all of those things. And what we really want to look at is the big picture. And then once we understand that big picture, just know the moment funds are available, this is where funds go. And let's just make it happen. Because the thing that is sad to see, which we see a lot of when people come to us, not all the time, but a decent amount of the time, is that you'll see cash that's just sitting stagnant
Yep.
on a balance sheet.
Yep.
And what it's doing is it's really doing nothing, right? Maybe if we're lucky, it's earning the US Treasury. It's earning like 3-4%. So
Right.
it's not
Right.
losing a lot of money, but it's also not building net worth for the client. And so you really just want to look at with intention, where does this money need to go? And how do we help you put it to work immediately?